People of Earth, how are you? Actually, fuck that. People of Earth, why don't you blow me? How's that?
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to try that one.
Blow me too, you fuckers.
I can't help but notice that there was... your wife is in the corridor back there behind the door cleaning stuff. It looks like you cleaned a bunch of stuff. The event tent is back up after the storms, or has that been back up for a while?
It's been up for a month, but that's okay.
Oh, you fixed it a month ago? It got blown over a month ago. What are you talking about? The event tent.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the...
All right, so it's been fixed for a couple days, and then your wood shop actually doesn't have sawdust everywhere.
Oh, that was before. That was the day of Tuesday's podcast.
Oh, it was? I didn't notice it.
That was, yeah.
Good for you.
Did you see the oak?
I noticed.
Alan gave me some oak logs,
yeah,
which I chainsawed.
Beautiful. I did notice that, yeah.
I chainsawed pieces off of them to run through the planer.
Yep.
And
how's that working out?
Well, it worked out good, except now I got to wait like 14 years for it to dry.
Right. You got to cure
before
that
I
shit.
can use it.
What do they call that? Seasoned? It's got to be seasoned?
Yeah.
Is that the same process as if you're going to burn it?
Well, I guess it's got to be somewhat dry. I don't know how dry it's going to be to burn. It's got to be dry enough to burn, but it's got to be dry. And I got to paint the ends because if you leave the ends open, then the shit will split because it'll dry too quick.
Listen, the shit will burn the second you cut it down. It's just you don't want to put it in your chimney until it's nice and dry. In your fireplace with your chimney, you know what I mean? You can burn it outside.
You can burn anything if
Yeah.
the fire's hot enough.
Right.
But no, you're not going to start a fire with that shit.
Well, no, I mean...
I mean, it's wet. You put it through the planer.
Oh, it's still that... It's oozing. It's still wet.
Yeah, and it was kind of wild because it looked dry, and I put it through the planer, and then it was wet going through the planer. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I can totally picture it.
But I was able to get the lumber so that I've got two equal sides. That's all you need.
And what is that wood going to be eventually?
I think they're going to be table legs.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or I might cut it up and burn it in the fireplace. I just wanted to see if I could take an oak log and turn it into something usable as lumber.
You could just fucking nail it to the bottom of this fucking table.
Well,
you need a support in the middle of it.
Soon.
Yeah. It's about
it's pretty goddamn.
It's about to break. Now, see, who went and did this? That's not me. Did you do that?
What?
Were you measuring it to see how thick it was, the crack?
Yeah, I probably did.
It's like, let's just, it's splitting apart. Let's drive a wedge in there to hasten the fucking table's demise.
Before I do any of this, I have a jig that I made. So, and it goes over, because the only way to clamp this from here to here is from this end. You follow what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And you need a big fucking clamp because it's like 5 feet, which I don't have a 5-foot clamp. So I made 2 pressure-treated jigs. One goes on this side, one goes on this side, and you can put like 4 clamps on it, and it pulls it all together. I'm going to see if I can pull it together a little bit and glue it.
That's probably good policy.
Now, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to, but who knows? It might move really easily. And if I could get some sawdust and glue down in there.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might be able to get it like a semi.
So what are you going to do, tape the bottom of it?
I was either going to tape the bottom of it or put some sort of a drop cloth underneath it.
Oh, I was gonna say,
I guess taping the bottom of it's not a bad idea.
It's a really good idea, actually.
It really is, now that you mention it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I was noticing when I was taking my customary pre-show shit in the other building over there that looked like you mopped the floor, too. I don't know. I thought you were in a fucking cleaning frenzy or something. I'm like, this guy's on fucking fire.
I don't think I mopped the floor.
You didn't? Well,
No.
then somebody's feet were fucking wet.
No.
Or did you take a big steam and piss right on the floor before I got here?
I don't think I pissed not all on the floor.
It's pretty funny.
Just some.
Wherever I go, people are like, do you have to piss on the floor? And if my father's around, he goes, he's been pissing on the floor since he's 3. Just
Tell
part
him
of the
to
deal.
sit down.
The
and
deal
take a
is
piss.
what you should do, and I think Stern has one in his personal bathroom. Gotta get a urinal. I gotta get me a urinal wherever you know what I mean?
Well, it should be like mandatory in one of the bathrooms in a house.
And it's like when you're fucking short cocked as I am, it's just hard. You gotta like hang over the bowl if you don't want to at least get spray everywhere.
Well, and especially if you have long legs and a short cock.
Yeah.
It's easy if you're a short guy with a short cock,
Right.
and especially short guy with a long cock.
Right.
But tall guy, short cock, that's a lot of aiming. And if your dick's on spray, look out.
Yeah, you pretty much know that. Never mind if the floor is wet, but even after it dries, that I've been around because I'm on this medication now that makes me fucking piss sugar, and your fucking socked feet will stick to the floor. Not to gross everyone out, but it's pretty funny.
Nice.
Makes that Velcro sound when you walk away.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can just stick right to the floor.
It's the difference between spilling Diet Coke and regular Coke.
Jeez, I never thought of that. Whatever's in Diet Coke. What is in Diet Coke? Is that aspartame or is that sucralose shit or
Whatever it is,
saccharin?
it just dries up and it doesn't
stick, huh? I didn't know that.
Whereas-
That's crazy. I might not believe you. I'm gonna have to do a test later. I'm not
Where
gonna do it here.
real Coke, if you drop it, it dries up and your feet stick to the floor. 'Cause it's all sugar.
I'm gonna get home and crack open
Is this your
a Diet Coke and go
is this your
and pour it on the floor. and see-
diabetes medication?
It's one of them.
Makes you piss out your sugar?
Well, yeah, he's getting concerned with me, and I refuse to do the injections. So he's throwing a bunch of shit at the wall right now.
I mean, if you're at this point, you gotta just go on. You've done this before. You can do it. Just lose the fucking weight.
I got to the thing with me and losing the weight, as you know, is no drinking at all.
I told
for
you last
months,
week. You
and
gotta
B,
fucking you go on
I
the
have
walks.
to go. No, fuck walks. I have to exercise rigorously for an hour and 40 minutes 6 times a week. Rigorously. With fucking layers of clothing on. I know how to do it. I did it. I've done it twice before. But
More than that.
I just don't have time. I just don't have I don't have the time right now. I don't have time.
So what you're saying is you have time to die,
Listen,
but not.
I've
time
had a good
to lose
life.
some weight.
And listen, I couldn't do this podcast if I needed to exercise the way I need to. I can't do anything. I have to just focus on rigorous exercise and do nothing but
Well,
that.
as someone
that's
with
what
no
it takes.
discipline,
And I can do it, but I can't do anything else. I can't do the band.
the walk during the afternoon, I think you could do.
This just sounds wretched. It's all wretched.
You can put your headphones on, go for a little walk, carry a couple 5 or 10 pound dumbbells.
No, I don't want to get. Listen, I don't want to get back to my desk all sweaty and stuff. That's not for me. Like I said the other day, maybe I could take a shower in the boss's
Get to work
shower.
an hour early and go for the walk.
Well, then I might as well just go to the gym. Get up and go to the gym, shower, and go to work.
There you go.
That ain't happening.
All right.
It might. I'm almost there. I've been cutting down on this shit, and I need less sleep right now, which is good. Plus the medicine, man, I gotta say, I feel much better. No doubt about that. I can do it on 6 or 7 hours sleep now. I don't need 8 to 10, which is what I needed for a while.
Hey, why is this? I went and did a little reading today. This Mueller guy seems to be out of fucking control here.
Well, all talks have ceased with the president's team about meeting. They were having active meetings about the Donald sitting down with him, and now that ain't happening. Now that his lawyer's fucking joint got fucking...
Well, and I listened to, knowing nothing about any of this stuff, I listened to somebody say, when you go into when you raid the lawyer of the guy you're investigating, home, you're you're doing a severe disservice to justice because you're breaking the lawyer
Client privilege.
Client privilege. So I thought about that, and I said, this guy could have like a say for just for shits and giggles that Trump was meeting with several Russians at all times.
He's just constant. He's never not meeting with a Russian.
There's a Russian sleeping with him.
Right. His secretary is Russian.
Yeah. Then this lawyer may have information that would indict Trump. And that's not the way it's supposed to be, is it?
Listen, I don't know about supposed to, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah, you're right.
It sounds bad.
Everything in that town is turned upside down, and it's because of Trump. He does things in a different way, and they're fucking going after him in every single different way they can, whatever it's going to take. Do you find it interesting that Paul Ryan essentially he didn't resign, but he announced, "I'm not running for fucking Congress." So there's going to be a new Speaker of the House come January.
I saw it.
Isn't
I have
that weird?
no idea why.
Well,
do you have any idea why? I have paid so little attention to any of this.
Well, I'm sure it's so he can have a fucking high-paid lobbyist job or whatever. But
well, no, because
certainly
I saw
isn't
something where it was like, he better get out or he's going to be in real trouble, kind of thing.
What they want to tell you, and by they I mean the fucking awful mainstream left-leaning fucking cunt media, what they want to tell you is that Paul Ryan is getting out while the getting's good because the Democrats are going to put a fucking tarnishing on the Republicans in November.
And with the mainstream media's help, maybe they will.
So what they're saying is he doesn't want to be
meaning all
the lame duck. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to ever be a lame duck, although I think he's kind of a lame duck now if he's listen.
I just always thought he sucked.
I don't know if he sucked or not. He certainly wasn't thrilled.
Ryan may be forced to leave speakership by summer.
Why? Even though why? Because of the leadership, they're going to want to do another. They want to get the change going now. Nobody wants to be Speaker of the House until they see who fucking wins. If they keep control of the fucking House,
members won't follow a lame duck. He'll have no leverage to cut deal. Okay, so I guess he's not running. Is that the deal?
Yeah, he's not resigning. He's saying, I'm not running for another term.
Then you have to get out as Speaker because you're a lame duck automatically. That's the deal.
So you think he should just step down now that he's made the decision not to run again? I think
no. I'm just telling you what this is what I'm reading.
Yeah, he doesn't have.
He's a lame duck by definition if he's not running. So he's got no.
And nobody,
everyone will wait him out because it's only a 2-year term, and so what has he got, a year left?
No, he's got till January. He's
so
going
he's got
away.
less than a year.
He's not running in November. He's got less than a year, but nobody.
So he's out.
He knows. Yeah, he's out, but he's out for whatever reason. But you can't just he can't just resign and then have another one because that person's only going to have. Maybe fucking 7, whatever it is.
Not if it's
6, 7
not
months.
If it's a 5-term congressman with a seat that's
but
pretty much
there's no
gold.
guarantee that a Republican is going to be the Speaker of the House come January.
There's a guarantee that the guy that's in the speakership, if Paul Ryan ran again, he would win.
For the Speaker or for his 2-year term
for
as
his
a congressman?
2-year term.
Yeah.
So you don't want somebody in there who's leaving. You want to get somebody in there who's guaranteed.
Who's going to lead the party? But what I'm saying,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not about the Democrats taking over. It's about nobody's going to work with you because you're gone in less than a year.
Yeah.
You're gone. So you don't have any. It's not like, oh shit, he's going to be around for fucking 8 more years. He's gone.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether I don't think the House is going Democrat.
I don't either. But
quite frankly, I think this shit is going to all blow up at some point, and it's going to be
blow up and blow over.
All over because they're not finding. You know why they're not going to find that Trump colluded with the Russians?
Because he didn't do
Because
it.
he didn't do it.
Right. They don't got nothing.
They don't have a fucking scintilla of evidence.
Nothing. The only evidence out there is that Hillary and the DNC had more fucking.
Yeah, I mean, the evidence points to Hillary should be fucking locked up 3 or 4 times over.
Yeah. And that cunt Debbie Wasserman.
But I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy out there looking at this shit. Because you're like, these people are. Now, I didn't think Mueller was partisan, but like all power corrupts, absolutely. And you give a guy,
Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, is I believe what you wanted to say.
No, power corrupts absolutely. Or absolute power corrupts. I don't know.
Paraphrase away.
Whatever the fuck it is.
It's power
He's
corrupts.
in there. Because didn't Sessions send him something that said, look, you're here to find out if there was Russian collusion.
Yeah.
Whether Donald Trump colluded with the Russians.
Not if he fingered Stormy Daniels.
And it's just not true. There's no evidence. He's been in there for, what is it, April?
15 months.
There's fucking no evidence. And they've been looking at this since, what, August of 2016?
I believe July.
July, so it's...
July of 2017 was when Mueller was first appeared in
No,
front
I'm
of
saying, but
Congress.
they've been talking about this since July of 16.
Oh, wow.
Before the election.
Well, I mean, and speaking of all that, I sent you a little thing. Somebody pointed out that, geez, Barack Obama pretty much gathered information on voters with the blessing of Facebook in 2012.
Yeah.
You know, it seemed to
I
be
haven't
okay.
watched. I saw a few clips of Zuckerberg on the stand in front of the House.
He looks awful, doesn't he?
Actually, in front of the Senate.
He looked gray, like it's ashen. He had an ashen expression.
Well, I think that's his look. He doesn't go outside.
Yeah.
He's in a fucking cubicle.
I mean, he's in shape. Because when you're a billionaire, all you got to do is show up for work a couple hours a day and work out for another 6. You know what I mean? He's in good shape. I just mean he just looked bad. He looked like an alien, is what I thought. And then I'm like, maybe he is an alien.
I think Facebook is an evil institution.
Well,
And when I say institution, it hasn't been around very long, but it's been around.
what's it, like 2002 or something?
Yeah, it's got 2 billion people.
Yeah.
When you've had
The Roman Catholic Church doesn't even have 2 billion people.
when you've got a third of the world's population signed up to your little fucking deal,
Your little app.
it's
Little information.
you get some
privacy invading fucking
power.
app. Yeah.
But the big deal is that on the Republican side, this whatever this company is in Cambridge somehow suckered Facebook.
Yeah, they did some weird fucking gay Facebook survey, and if you did the survey, you have to click off, will you allow us to access your contents and data? And most people are stupid, and they said, yeah, we will. And they go right into your fucking device, and they just fucking cull whatever the fuck they can cull.
Yeah, they take
figured
all
out-
of your friends
Yeah.
and they say, and they can find out.
Where does everyone live, and how are they probably going to vote?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They think there's an algorithm.
So for
We
each
used that word
person,
freely
there's
the
like
other
an
day.
average of 300 fucking people.
And listen, it's
Because some people have, like my daughter has 1,400 friends, which no one on earth has 1,400
that's
friends.
a lot of Facebook friends. I think. I don't know. It seems the
And
younger
then
you
some
are, the
people
more you have.
50, which is more like that's closer to the number of people who you talk to on a monthly basis.
Well, my Al Capozzi account, I think it's like 350 or 250, but my Kinda Right account, it's like 53. You know what I mean? Those are the people who listen to us.
I had people I didn't even know.
See, I actually did a purge like that once, and I went from like 350 down to 250. I purged like 100 people because I'm like, I only
had like 100 people.
I didn't even realize what the fuck I was doing. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, there's more people. I can, not troll, but fucking.
I can send all my hate towards.
Yeah, whatever. The thing about the Facebook is what Sean Parker was saying last month or 2 months ago before all this other Facebook shit went down, that they fucking know that every time somebody likes or comments on one of your posts or other comments that your little fucking serotonin fucking generator goes crazy. And you feel good. It's like
you got an acknowledgement.
It's like winning a hand of poker, or it's like doing opiates if you're addicted to opiates, or coke if you're addicted to coke. It's that center.
Well, it's the
if
same
you thing.
Got a bunch of hate
addictive.
mail if you had your own podcast.
Oh, see, that's gonna happen.
Or if you made money.
The problem is
from your podcast.
It's nothing but love out there right now, Joe. And by love, I mean relatives and fucking spouses.
Who's the person in Palermo City?
By the way, that user 69487777.
Oh, that's Nashville.
It's not Dave.
No,
he just clicked off that he liked the show, and it was his name, Dave Capozzi, not user 69 whatever.
I saw. So there's still both of them.
Yeah,
there's
it's someone else.
Well, then that's the biggest user, I guess.
Yeah, somebody consumes us.
So I don't know whether there's a Palermo City or
in Tennessee,
Palomino City or something in California, which is in Los Angeles County, which I didn't think was a county.
I told you it was a
We've
fucking
been
county.
Listening.
Didn't you ever watch fucking Adam 12 or Emergency? It was the county of Los Angeles.
No.
Fire department.
No, I don't. I just don't care.
You never watched Emergency with Randolph Mantooth?
Of course I did.
It was county of Los Angeles, son.
But I was 7, so who fucking cares?
I know. I have a crazy memory for shit like that.
What Adam 12? What Adam
12? The whole California thing is I don't know why. Have they showed up more than once?
They used to use the word rampart a lot.
Well, rampart, yeah, that was their
what
call
does that
sign.
mean?
It's just like Adam 12, except they were rampart.
And they had like
someone's Sigma and someone's Alpha.
No matter what happened or whose house they went to, somebody got the fucking paddles.
Yeah, that's
like Grandma could be going, no, I don't need it. Yes, you do.
Yeah, no matter what.
Lay down, man.
Show us your tits, Grandma. Get them out. Whip them out.
We're going to fucking cook these nipples, Granny.
That's like that show that I've been watching.
There's 400 joules there. Fucking rampart.
That's like the show that I told you about, The Good Doctor with the autistic fucking surgeon resident.
With the
somewhere,
facial tics.
Yeah, somewhere during every episode, not necessarily while he's operating, because he doesn't operate much. He helps. But somebody in that fucking show that week is going to fucking flatline. Boop! While they're on the table. Every week, someone flatlines.
Got to use those paddles. They love it.
And they save them.
They love those paddles.
Actually, that's what made me think of it, but you don't see the paddles much. It's mostly medicine. They're like, get me fucking 98 cc's of this stat. You know what I mean? And,
right.
And then they're like, yeah, and then we got to move his fucking carotid artery and fucking replace it with part of his fucking hemorrhoidal shit. You know what I mean? And then they figure out, and then the heart comes back and stuff. Anyway. Yeah, no, Rampart was a call sign. Like saying,
Panorama City. California.
Someone listening out there?
Yeah, I don't know. It could be fake, though, because like they've been listening every 7 days.
Are they a SoundCloud listener? Or are they? Can you tell if they listen on SoundCloud or iTunes?
I have no idea.
Because we do have some SoundCloud. Some people who are on SoundCloud. People who do podcasts on YouTube listen to all this shit on YouTube. People who use Castbox listen to all this shit on Castbox. So it's the same thing with SoundCloud.
The odds are that there's not two or more listeners in Panorama City. And in the last 30 days, they've listened to 140 shows. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was telling you a couple weeks ago. I don't believe those analytics at all.
So I think that would be a faulty analytic.
Yeah, that's what I told you that a month ago.
So if that's faulty, how much of this shit is actually true?
None of it.
So it's all bullshit?
Yeah.
So
here's why.
Someday when we actually need to pay attention to this, we should get a third party.
I told you that. You first said it, and then I said no, and then I said it, and you said no. So let's just do it. It's cost you $300 a year for real analytics.
Well,
for real analytics.
Because it doesn't really matter right now.
It just doesn't.
We'll get into the summer.
We're not doing anything other than just putting them up.
Right.
And getting them. Our RSS feed goes to 24 different places, which means it then goes to, it's everywhere. I can't get it any more places on the internet.
If you want to listen to it, you can get it.
If you want to listen to it, you can get it. If you were to jump up and down on the fucking live news with your cock out and kind of right fucking across your chest, you might get a few more listeners. Other than that, we're not famous people.
No.
If famous people who have podcasts get listened to. A lot of guys who do regular radio shows also have a podcast. Everybody has a podcast. If anyone who's already in the media or everyone does a podcast. There are guys like us doing what we do. I still haven't found, and I don't know, because who knows how to figure it out.
Right.
Have you ever tooled around? Have you ever tried to find someone who is doing what we do?
No, what I have done.
Just two guys talking.
I've gone to Podcast One. Podcast One is Podcast One. I don't know whether it's Carolla's thing or he's just on it, but all of Carolla's shows are on it. And Adam Carolla has probably, I don't know, a dozen shows. Like he has a show on,
he's on that he produces, you mean? He probably produces.
Good question.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know how many shows he has. There's like half a dozen shows that he's on, and maybe it's half a dozen.
And he's got a production company, by the way.
He's got his own show, Adam Carolla. He has Carolla and Dr. Drew. He has Carolla.
Him and Drew still do a show together?
Yeah.
No shit.
He's got Carolla.
They don't
and
call it Love
a buddy
Lines
of his that talk about construction because he's a construction guy.
Right.
He does.
And by construction, we mean carpenter, frame to finish. Frame to finish.
Yeah, he knows how to do everything.
Frame to finish.
And he does a show with Mark Garagos about, law kind of stuff.
No shit.
And he does a show, I don't know, there's a bunch of them. So maybe he does eight or so.
So that's what he does now. He basically sits around and podcasts.
That's his deal.
Good for him, man.
And I'm sure he does stand-up and stuff like that.
I would imagine. Why wouldn't you? I mean...
Well, that's what he does. I don't know. I don't know what
See, I didn't know he was a stand-up.
Cars.
I thought he was more of the writer-actor type. I didn't know he was a stand-up guy.
He bought a car for $4.2 million. So he must be doing okay with the podcast or something.
If you're buying a car for $4.2 million, you got some fucking coin in the bank.
And he didn't borrow money to buy it. He sold a few cars.
And he doesn't have a payment on it.
No, there's no payment.
There's no payment on a $4 million vehicle.
No, it was a Paul Newman race car.
You know what else there isn't a payment on? A $300 vehicle. That, by the way,
it's kind of both
runs
ends.
great. The only problem with it is, this is why she drives it other than the gas. If you drive it any more than 10 minutes, when the transmission heats up, it just leaks transmission fuel like a sieve. But if you drive it for only 10, 15 minutes, it doesn't get warm enough to leak. So the shit stays in it. Now, when I drive it, I got to put transmission fluid in it every 3 or 4 days. Even the stop leak don't work. But if she drives it for a month, put in a bottle of stop leak, a bottle of transmission fluid, no, it's fine.
Why don't you just get it fixed?
Why would I do that? I bought it for $300. Why am I going to fix it? Why am I going to fix it? The fact that I bought
leaking transmission fluid everywhere.
Who cares? Although my boss hasn't said anything yet, but I fucked his parking lot right up. Could be
transmission.
when I was driving it
spots
at the beginning.
Yeah.
I only had I used 2 different parking spots. I stopped driving it, right? And all the snow and the rain beat those away, but I've been driving it the last couple of weeks because it's bad now, man. It's so bad that when I pull in, not just stop, but when I pull in, it just trails fucking transmission fluid.
Now, is it
beautiful?
It's got to be. It's probably a cooler line, right?
I don't know, Joe. I
mean, it's not coming out of the transmission.
It's transmission fluid.
Yeah, so it's probably the cooler is leaking or something.
If I don't pay attention, the transmission does slip. I have to keep it wet or it will slip. You know what I mean? When I first got it from Wayne, it started slipping.
Well, it's because there's no transmission fluid.
Well, I put stop leak in it, and it didn't fucking... That shit works, by the way, that Lucas Oil transmit. This is a commercial spot for a Lucas Oil stop leak.
Not if the hoses are disconnected from one another. The stop leak doesn't work. Or the hole is the size of a $50.
Yeah, no, it's not.
That
like
doesn't work either.
I'm telling you, if it gets you know what I'm saying. If it's cold, that shit's not flexible to move. You know.
Plus, you're probably putting Do you put the ATF plus 4 in it, or you don't care?
I put in Lucas Oil stop leak and Lucas Oil transmission fluid because it said that I could with that truck. That's what I looked at.
Okay.
And it's like $7 for the stop leak and like $5 or $6 for the transmission.
Oh, you mean every time you put
however, if you want to talk motor oil, I go right to fucking Walmart. Have you ever? Do you buy your motor oil at Walmart?
Of course.
You can get a jug. I'm talking a jug for what it used to cost, or less.
Yeah,
it's like $1.99 per if you buy the jug of the real cheap shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can get out of there for $12.
I've given up on changing motor oil. I'm on like 10,000.
I'm not even talking
intervals.
about changing it. I'm talking about just pouring it in there. Who needs to change the oil filter? You know what I mean? Just pour in new oil.
They run so clean now.
They do. I told you about Evan with his fucking beautiful. The fucking engine in that truck is beautiful.
The new one or the
well, new meaning his recent purchase.
Right.
I think it's a 98 or is it a 99? I forget what it's either a 98 or a 99. And it's got that beautiful 8-cylinder Chevy 350 or whatever the fuck it is.
So I'm reading a article on Charlie Rose.
Who was he ever married, by the way? Apparently he was a swinging dick, but he never got married ever. I don't think he even has kids, does he?
Well, this is the name of the article. Charlie Rose's life now, broken, brilliant, and lonely. Apparently.
Do you think he's that brilliant, by the way?
No.
I mean, he's been around for a long time, and he was
a local. He's a pretty good interviewer.
He's a decent interviewer. You know what? That show on
PBS. Throw brilliant.
Does he still do that show on PBS, or did he get fired from that too?
No, I believe he's gone from everything.
Everything, because that show on PBS was pretty cool. That was like the original, just one-on-one, like a real interview. Not, it's not a variety show where there's a couple of interviewers and. It's not the Tonight Show. It was him across the table from another person or two people or whatever.
Like all correspondents, he was pretty goddamn neutral until Trump got elected. And they've all gone they're out of their fucking minds.
What, did he go crazy on Trump? I didn't know that.
God, yeah.
I think
he's
just
insane.
Is he really?
Well, he's not insane anymore.
Did you see
a bunch of people came out? And believe me, I don't think Trump did this. This was all part of this Me Too shit.
Who the fuck is Matt Bai, by the way? B-A-I. He's some fucking... If you go on Yahoo, the front page is going to be President Trump, please just go ahead and fire Mueller. Make it happen. And it makes you think that it's a anti-Mueller. It's not. He's like, if you go ahead and fire him, like we all know you want to do, he's basically goading him into it. He goes... That'll mean there'll be President Pence and you'll have to go away. He wants, and I'm like, I don't think so. I think if he fires him, he'll be fine.
I want him to fire Mueller.
Wouldn't that be great?
He's got a 50% approval rating.
He's back up to 50.
I don't think he was. He was never 50.
I can't imagine that anyone thinks. Well, first of all, if there was another presidential election today, Trump would win. I don't know about the whole Congress thing, but I do consume a lot of news. Unfortunately, it's all, most of it fucking leans that way. I've even been watching the TV again, but I've been reading and doing the internet and the TV. They're all crazy, and they all think, or they're pretending, they're at least saying that they think there's just no way the Democrats aren't taking over both houses in November. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's
what they'll have you believe.
right.
And they're wrong. They're just wrong. But it's hard when you're barraged by it.
Yeah, and they said every day up even after Trump was elected that he wouldn't be elected.
They had me and you on the morning of November 5th, 2016. They had me and you who pay attention, believing that Hillary Clinton was going to be president that night.
Well, that's pretty much when I stopped paying attention. Because
what do you mean?
After the Trump, I can't watch this shit anymore.
Oh, well.
Because it's so fucking biased.
Yeah.
Every one of these channels is...
You know what?
Look at this fucking
That's
woman's
actually,
head.
you know what? That's right. That is the last time you really stopped with the whole Sunday shows and all. That's right.
I
right
can't
around
watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's all biased.
I've been
They
watching it
hate
more and
this
more.
guy so much.
And I don't know why.
What do
First
you
of all,
mean?
he's no crazy right winger. He's so
They
right up the
hate-
middle.
They just fucking hate him.
They hate rich people. I don't know why. They're all rich people. They're all rich people. All these fucking people
They
who hate
hate
him
him
are rich
because-
also.
He's loud and obnoxious.
Oh, the bluster
and
factor?
he's blustery, and he's not like they would be if they were president.
He's so presidential. It's amazing.
He's not.
He's redefining. Yeah, he
He's
is.
not presidential.
What I'm
in
telling
their
you,
mind.
Joe, is in this day and age of instant news and everyone's right up in everybody's ass. I don't know who to compare him to, but you know that one of them motherfuckers in the 1800s and the 1700s, or a couple of them, were blustery motherfuckers who were not.
Trump has no
Straight up-
comparison.
Well, he is unique. I'm not saying he's not unique, but I'm saying that there
there
have been
is.
presidents with some of his.
Sure, but
All right,
I don't
thank
know
you.
who they are. There's no.
You gotta believe he's not
there's-
that unique, is what I'm saying. Of
yeah.
a human being, is he that
oh,
unique?
yes, he is.
He is unique.
He is so
And-
unique.
And might I point out, fucking handsome too. He's
He
a
is
good
a handsome
looking
devil
guy, man.
with that fucking do
He's the best looking president in the history of the United States.
covered with cottage cheese all over his body.
Fuck it. He's got the best lawyers. Let's face it, his hair looks great.
The thing
You know
about
what I'm
Trump
saying?
is that nothing bothers him.
It
You know,
seems
they-
that it doesn't, but you know he's
Nah. Well, no, shit bothers him, of course.
yeah. He takes shit personal. He's sensitive. He is sensitive.
I don't think he's sensitive. I just think his automatic reaction to anything negative about him is to attack 5 times harder
Oh yeah.
than whatever came at him. I
Yeah,
think it's
don't-
just that's his automatic reaction is to snap back and, well, Trump, you got a tiny dick. Well, you got a
Really?
tiny dick and you got no balls and you're fucking short. And you know what? He's just,
Do you think that
that's his reaction.
Do you feel
I don't
that-
think he's nervous.
No,
one
but do you
bit.
think that the restraint that he shows is because he's smart enough to know how restrained you have to be the president, or do you think someone around him is restraining him? I think he's brilliant enough to know that, because let's face it,
he's been doing
he's
this-
crazy, but he's
He's
not.
been doing this shit for fucking 40 years.
But I'm saying, to me, he's been restrained since he's been president. I don't think he's as out of his mind as he could be.
Of course
You know
he-
what I mean?
He's not out of his
be-
mind, period.
Right.
The out of his mind thing is
It's
this
a generated
fucking
yeah,
media
right.
bullshit.
He's not out of his mind.
Of course he's not out of his
He's
mind.
a fucking intelligent person.
You can't build buildings in New York City and be out of your
No.
fucking mind.
Right. Look at him. He looks great.
He's unpredictable,
That's all right.
which is one. I love that.
That's great.
It keeps. Hey, I'm telling you, and
He's got him confused
in
with the gun
history-
thing. I'll tell you that.
in history, down the road, when they start writing, some of these-
History will treat Donald Trump very well.
he's got fucking that Kim Jong-il.
Listen,
jumping around.
Look how soon in history, and this is since you and I can remember and started paying attention. You more
Do you
than me.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the last, I've watched the last 4 presidents not get anywhere with North Korea.
What I'm saying to you is
Kim Jong Il, this fucking, is it Il or Un? Which one is this?
Kim Jong Il.
Or is it Un? Who died?
Kim
I think Il died.
Jong
This is
Un.
Well, one of these motherfucking Uns, he is nervous and he wants to come to the table because Trump said, "My fucking button's bigger than yours, pal."
Can I tell you about?
And I don't think China knows what to think of him either.
Can I tell you about historical perspective and the U.S. presidency, especially in modern times?
can.
Ronald Reagan was ridiculed when he was president. He's being treated very well by history right now. He was president 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 30, less than, 30 and a half years ago, because he left office in January of 88. And he's being treated very well by history. You know what I'm saying? People say he was a great president now. They weren't saying that when he was president. He's treated very well by, and I'm talking, what's history?
And you know something? I don't really know if he was. The Soviet Union was going down the fucking tubes, whether Reagan got in or not. It was all over for the Soviet Union. It was just a matter of time. He might have hammered some nails into that coffin a little faster by building up the military, but we became a wildly. You look at the debt, and the debt under Reagan. We became a debtor nation under Reagan because Reagan spent more money on military shit. Now, there was a pretty good economy, too, because there was so much fucking money being spent on military shit. It trickled out everywhere.
Really was the end of industrial America, that era.
So, the thing about Reagan was, you like to have Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Here's the thing no one will argue with about Ronald Reagan. Reagan had a set of core beliefs. Whether you liked him or not, he had them. Do you follow what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think, unfortunately, that's unique in an American president. Bill Clinton has 0 core beliefs. Bill Clinton believes whatever he needs to believe.
What do you think about Trump? Does he have core beliefs? Not really. They're a different set of not core beliefs, by the way.
I'll tell you what.
Him and Bill Clinton, neither of them have core beliefs, but their beliefs probably don't really mesh.
Trump's been talking about China. Well, before China, it was Japan. Right. In the 1980s, Japan was fucking eating our lunch.
Yeah.
And he was like, he has been talking about this as a casual Trump observer since I was in college.
Right.
He's been talking about how we're being ripped off by these other countries consistently since from the time that he was a young man building Trump Tower, 35 years old. He did the Grand Hyatt before that in his 20s. What the fuck is... Turn that off.
Listen, motherfucker, it's usually you.
I never bring a phone in here.
Oh, stop it. You know what I mean. The
fucking
computer comes on. I forgot to turn it down.
So here's the deal.
I can't remember to do everything. It's so weird lately. I'm forgetful.
I don't know.
Fucking forgetful.
Does he have a set of core beliefs? I think he does. In the sense, like, the way he raised his kids was pretty consistent. The way that he...
I believe that he believes that he can bang any porn star he wants.
Well, and I believe he believes that.
That's what he believes.
He certainly has...
Wait, Bill Clinton believes the same thing.
Unpredictable.
He is unpredictable.
And I believe he does that on purpose. I mean, he's purposely unpredictable.
Yeah, he mixes it up. Like he's like a chess player.
He knows how to work this media. If you think the media is running Trump is like the fucking puppet master.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like chess. He makes a move and he goes, "That's because I want you to think that I'm fucking nuts, and that'll make that move 3 down from now.
Right, and that'll get
you guys to go crazy. Then
that'll get that
get you distracted.
motherfucker in North Korea all fucking scared, and he's going to come to the table.
It's called the.
I don't think you can call anybody a gook.
It's called the art of.
Sorry to any of our Asian listeners.
Sorry to all our gook listeners out there.
Our gook listeners.
And your gook children.
So
fucking the art of distraction. That's what we're going to call it. Not the art of the deal. It's the art of distraction by
Donald. He's just a media master because he's been in it for so long. He loves it.
Yeah. Oh, and he
loves the game.
He loves being the most famous person on the planet too, by the way. More famous.
Did you read the thing?
And more handsome than Jesus Christ.
Trump has somebody in Trump's organization brings him all publications with Post-it notes in it, not of important world events, but of things that mention Trump.
Right. Oh, he loves it. Yeah.
Every morning.
By the way, he was the original user of LexisNexis or whatever that was. The original search engine. You know what I mean?
He has
put
people,
himself right
he
in
has
there.
a person that brings him every media publication that has something about him in it.
Yeah, and he's been doing that.
And he reads it.
There's no way he can do it now because
I guarantee he's fucking
he tries. He might get him.
I guarantee he's doing
Well, what
it
he's
now.
doing is having the person still bring it. There's no way he can
Now,
read
this is the
everything with his
thing
name in it.
I find
he's
this
the president.
comical about Trump, and this is the thing that horrifies these
Everyone else.
left-wing fucking lunatics. And have you seen Joy Reid? There's an article about how these really left-wing, like Joy Reid, who on MSNBC is a wildly left-wing person. And I think you and I were talking about this. I am getting really fucking tired of these people. Happen to be people of color that have the fucking racist radar on full
Yeah,
blast.
it's called the race card.
I mean,
That's what
it's just
called.
like if you say, there were black people were forced to pick a lot of cotton back in them days. You're a goddamn racist. Right. Well, black people were forced to pick a lot of cotton,
and they have a gripe. They would tell me I'm a racist for saying. They was like, "Oh, you don't tell me." Yeah, you got a gripe. You got a gripe. You're a racist.
Yeah, they
saying
have a
I got a
legitimate
gripe.
bitch, and you're a racist.
Yeah, just because I acknowledge, and then if I said to them, you know what? I'm sorry. You don't have a gripe. What's worse? You got a gripe or you don't got a gripe?
I brought up, I believe on the last,
How about I just am, motherfucker?
our last show, that there was a 60 Minutes segment with Oprah Winfrey that she did, and it was very nicely done.
Yeah. I did see a little bit of it.
And they have a memorial, which is fine. I think this is a good thing.
Oh, it's swinging wood.
Of people that were
lynched.
Yeah. And they had a thing, a hanging piece of steel with all the names in every county in which there were people lynched. And it added up to say 5,000.
There's a shit ton of them.
It was 4,300 or
between
5,000.
4,000 and 5,000, right? 4,000 something.
But you have to, being a person of, you have to look at things, and that's a big number. It's a lot of people. It's a horrible thing. But it ain't 6 million Jews. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well,
who were forced into slavery and fucking systematically killed.
I just, I don't. How do we get there?
And I think it's just a comparison.
Yeah.
It's just a way to look at it.
It's really two different things, isn't it?
It's a way.
They're both fruit. It's apples and oranges because they were both really mistreated. But it's not. I know. Point taken is what I'm saying. Point taken.
Yes, it's not a direct comparison,
right,
by any measure, because slavery was around for a long time. The Holocaust, the Nazis were in power from 33 until, and they really didn't start getting heavy on the Jews until 41 or 42.
Right. It was a 15-year, it was a 12-year deal.
Black people being slaves was a 400-year deal.
Yeah.
Although there's still black people that are slaves in Africa.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Yep.
So slavery was a horrible thing. I'm tired of all this people being called racist because they have a slip of the tongue.
I know, it's
automatic fucking racist.
We've talked
should
about
be
that
burned
before.
at the stake.
One of the worst things you can do is falsely accuse someone of being racist, especially someone who, at the end of the day, is not racist at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I believe
Just
this
the
is
furthest thing from racist.
And this is
and
why
I'm talking about me and you.
And we're talking about this is why Hillary the whore lost because she ran her campaign.
We are, however, sexist assholes. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we hate most women.
No, we hate women who deserve to be hated. We hate men who deserve to be hated.
So I don't hate anybody because I don't.
You hate Hillary.
Nah, I don't even hate her.
I have it on tape, dude.
I wildly dislike Hillary.
I have it on record.
I don't think about Hillary until and she's kind of gone away.
Hillary was the main
look, the
focus
identity
of our
politics-
ire for like 3 months.
This is how they're going to run the 2020 election. And this is why they're going to lose. Because they're going to run it right like they ran the Hillary election. They're going to run it on, this guy Trump's a fucking wild card. He's a racist. He's a homophobe. He's a xenophobe. He's a sexist. He hates fucking LGBTQLMWP fucking people. And they're going to lose. Because nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Meaning there's 13% black people. The only people that give a shit about racism is about 13% black people and about 7% of the whites.
Right.
Who see themselves as social justice warriors. Nobody else fucking cares. And I mean, they don't care. I'm not saying that people aren't, they don't care about racism. If it was just flat out that this person, this person was trying to buy slaves 3 weeks ago, I'd be worked up about that. You don't want someone like that in office.
Right.
But, these people just calling everybody a racist isn't going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
So
It's what it is elite scumbaggery is what it is. That's what it boils down to.
Well, and
elitist scumbaggery.
And I think there's a perception that the people that are now the distraught community that has been hurt by being African American they somehow can label anyone a racist just because of their color. It's crazy.
Yeah, we even talked about that goon Tony Roberts. Even he got accused of it.
How can he be called a racist?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is like the least racist. He doesn't care. He loves everybody. I mean,
Well, what he loves is everybody's money.
He might be full of shit. He's going to take a purple person's money or an Oriental's money.
Exactly. He does not discriminate at all.
Black
when it
person's
comes to
money. He's going to love you up.
Yeah, he will take everybody's money. He has perfected the art of bullshit. He's no different than Joel Osteen or name another fucking evangelist. He's an evangelist of a secular evangelist. That's what he is. He's a secular evangelist. He gets people to follow his line of fucking bullshit, but he's not a bad guy.
And I can't say that he hasn't helped people.
Same with some evangelism. Yep, same
Look,
thing.
there's people. Did you see? He's got a Netflix show. I'm Not Your Guru. That's the name of it. Have you seen that?
No, is it like a reality show or is it?
No, it's like it's like a 2-hour show.
Oh, it's not a series.
About him.
Okay.
And
The
every year he has a week-long deal. Every year he does this week-long deal. Costs $5,000.
Yeah.
To go to. Now, throughout the year, he goes and does 30 or 40 talks.
Yeah, or more.
Where you got to go and pay a couple $100 to see him.
Yeah, and 10,000 people go and he'll fill like the Mohegan Sun fucking arena.
And then once a year, he has this thing where he and a bunch of other people that work for him are around for a week. You're there for 7 days. You pay $5,000. I don't know whether that includes your room or not.
He's been doing that for years.
And you go to one, and there's people that go, and they obviously get something out of it.
Don't they do that They do that a lot, by the way. He used to do it. They got forms of that all the time. He's between
Well, it's
them.
every year.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Oh.
I don't
think maybe you can only go to one a year. That's fine.
He does one a year.
All right. It's only $5,000, huh?
Yeah, only.
I don't think that to me doesn't sound like that big a moneymaker for him. He should just play arenas and make $500,000 an appearance. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. The big moneymaker.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's a bargain.
So what I'm saying is that at $5,000, how many people get to do it for the week? 1,000?
No, there's thousands.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't know whether it's 10,000 or
This is the one where they
5,000.
walk across the fire coals and all that shit, right?
Yeah, he's
That's
giving that
still
up, though.
He gave it up. He doesn't do it anymore, but they still
Didn't
do
some
it.
people get burned? Didn't he
Including
get burned?
him. Yeah. By the way, the whole hot coals thing is not pretty. My ex walked on some buried hot coals at a beach. And
I walked on a hot coal when
was-
I was a kid.
by mistake.
Yeah, it burns your fucking foot right up.
Yeah, you're fucking... It's not good if you don't know what's... I
Lot
guess
of-
that's like the whole Harry Houdini getting punched in the stomach thing.
Lot
Yeah,
of-
if you're ready for it, you can take it.
Yeah, if
like
you can
with the
run
fire.
like a madman across it.
If you could fucking pick your feet up quickly, you know what I
Keep
mean?
on the ball of your feet and run fast.
No, but I don't know what happened. But yeah, no, he himself actually got injured after like 30 years of doing it. He fucking finally burnt himself.
You gotta
I
give
wonder if
that
he like
shit up.
sneezed or something. It was probably something stupid, like he coughed or farted or something.
Tripped.
He just fucking was out of his
Tripped.
fucking rhythm.
Fell face first into a fucking bat.
He is a big, goofy looking motherfucker. But
you
it's
know,
all right.
hey, the guy's very positive.
Yeah.
I watched this thing and just listening
Hey.
to him, he's very.
I don't think he's evil.
He
I
gets you up. You know what I
think
mean?
he's a phony. Yeah.
He get.
Does
I don't
he?
know. I don't think he believes he's a phony. I don't think there's somebody. He's not laying in bed going, "Oh,
right.
I
I
got
have-
these fucking bastards over a barrel." I
have-
really believe that he believes that he's helping people.
Okay. Do you have anybody who is a follower of his, like has all his shit?
No.
I know people who have all his shit, and I was friends with some people who had all his shit when he
talking.
started getting really famous with all that, and they bought into his stuff, literally bought into it, and I was allowed to investigate and try to experience it, and I came to the conclusion that, you know, much like organized religion, it's a line of bullshit, and it's fine. It's capitalism in its purest form, is what it is. He doesn't even have a widget for you to buy. What he has is a line of bullshit, which all you got to do is come up with the line of bullshit and rent a hall.
So what?
He doesn't have to produce anything, and he somehow has become. I think
What
it's
did you
great.
narrow it down to? What's the line of? What is the
It's-
line?
It's all bullshit. What he has to say is not going to make you any better off, other than maybe feeling good about yourself. But you don't need Tony Robbins.
But
to
isn't
make,
that the whole fucking point of life? Is to feel good about
yeah,
yourself?
but so that's what I'm saying. That's his particular. That's all he's selling. That's all he's selling. He's not selling nothing. He's not even selling this fucking battery fucking cable clip. He's
if
not
it
selling
works,
nothing.
but if it works longer than the weekend that you're there, or the day
But it
that
doesn't,
you're there,
because people try it out. I guess some people do go back. Some people do go back because he much like a good
that's the
stand-up
goal.
comedian.
If you go to a fucking
he
psychologist,
changes
or
his
psychiatrist, what you're trying to do is find some fucking peace, and
Yeah, whatever-
and to feel okay about
I'm
yourself.
not crashing on Tony Robbins. What I'm telling you is, for me, much like the Catholic Church and Christianity, although I
don't see, because they're trying to sell you. In your view, they're trying to sell you this whole Jesus shit, and and the Trinity
and you know what?
and
I'm a
stuff like
fan of
that.
Jesus. I'm just not a fan
No,
of
but what I'm saying, he's
I don't
not
think he
trying to
was
sell
God.
you anything other than
Yeah.
It seems to be not like the Catholic Church in the sense that he's not trying to sell you like my great grandfather was floating around in the clouds with Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not one of those fucking lunatics. He basically gets up there and he says, "Look, you can control your own fucking life,
right.
And I'm going to try to show you.
And he says you
give
got to
you
do
a
good
few
work.
skills.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some skills.
Be good to others.
that you have to use, which 99% of the people will never use.
A lot of it is just being good to other people, which is
nobody
all
has any
Christianity's
discipline.
telling you. I just think it's all common sense, I guess. I think that they both preach common sense, and I don't think any of it is worth paying any money into. And as far as Christianity and any organized church goes, it's nothing I'm going to give money to. I think it's common sense that if you're good to people and you generate good vibes, you're going to have a happier life. Whether that means financially or not, who cares? You know what I mean? Just as long as nobody puts their fucking hands on each other. You know what I'm saying? Keep your hands off of each other. Treat each other well. Be nice. And you're probably gonna have a happy life.
I think I don't know. And I'm not
That's all they're saying.
trying to defend Tony Robbins. All I'm saying
I'm not asking you to, because I'm not attacking him. I just think he's the ultimate capitalist.
There's
I don't
a
think
lot of people out there that need help, so you can't help yourself. Did you ever see the movie with Billy Bob
can't
Thornton?
help yourself. What the fuck does that mean?
Did you ever see the movie with Billy Bob Thornton where he ran a
What movie?
program? I can't remember that title.
I don't think I've seen it. I haven't seen many movies. I saw the
All right.
fucking Rocket movie with him, which was good. And
So
the
hang
one where
on
he
for a
talked
second.
like this about mashed potatoes. I saw that. That's it.
That was Sling Blade.
Fucking
Okay.
wild movie.
You know the guy that was in Napoleon Dynamite? The kid.
John Hader.
Is that his name? The
Well,
kid
yeah.
there? Okay. He was in this movie.
By the way,
He was a
top 2 movie.
He was a meter maid. I'm trying to give you because I don't know the name of it.
John Hader. Napoleon Dynamite is a fucking meter maid. All right.
Yes.
Cool. Go.
He's a meter maid in New York City
Okay, that's important.
who gets beat up all the time and his fucking money's stolen from him. So he goes to this class that's run by Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay.
All right? So there's a bunch of people there and they're all fucking...
I saw Bad Santa too. Sorry. Go ahead.
So Billy Bob Thornton says, How many of you people have gone and bought self-help books? And everybody raises their hand. And he goes, here's the thing. You can't help yourself because yourself sucks.
He might have written that too. He's a writer.
So the deal is you can't people that are fucked up need, if it's psychological and it can be fixed, you do need to go see somebody. You know, you need to,
Well,
whether
apparently-
it's Tony Robbins or
your psychotherapist.
or the shrink down the street.
Which, by the way, it seems that if you got the money for it, because it's not cheap and insurance doesn't pay for it, so it's something for people with money. And if you want to do work on yourself, you can, and it seems to work for some people, like straight up Freudian psychotherapy. You know what I mean? That it seems to work for some people. The thing is even that to me seems like common sense. It seems like common sense that to talk out your problems rather than bottle them up like I do. I wish I could be more open and talk about myself and be honest. So I think that at least being able to admit that at most times I'm not honest with myself about myself.
Now, what do you
At
mean?
least that, what I'm saying is I
Tell
repress
me, what
negativity. I
what is your
repress
biggest
negativity.
lie that you tell yourself?
Oh my God, I don't know if I want to even get into that. That's the best question you've ever asked me. That's a loaded, that's a heavy thing to ask a dude, man. Especially on record. Ask that again. Go ahead. I'll give you an answer.
What's the biggest lie that you tell yourself on a regular basis?
That I'm a good dad.
Why is that a lie?
I don't feel that I'm a good dad.
You just said that you tell yourself you're a good dad.
And yeah, you just asked me what's the biggest lie that I tell, and I try to tell myself that I'm a good dad.
You are a good dad.
No, I'm an awful father.
Have you beaten your kids?
I've never beaten my kids.
Have you fucked any of them? Are you there for them
I've
when they
never
need
fucked
you?
my kids. I don't know.
Have you been there for them when they need you?
If they call and say I need, but how? I mean, I don't.
you're a good father.
I don't know.
What you are is a self-loathing individual, which is why we both get along so well, because we were taught to loathe.
Yeah, but see,
For
you
some
know that
reason
you're a
we-
good dad, and I don't. You know what I mean? And the funny thing
I don't know
is
if I'm a good dad.
the funny. So your kid did not live with you from what age to what age? Like 8 to 13 or something?
11 to 15.
Oh, 11 to... I was way off. All right. So 11 to 15. And my kids haven't lived with me. Evan hasn't lived with me since he was 13, and he's now almost 18. So it's about the same amount of time, is what I'm saying.
But I had her in the summer, and I went to Montreal every other weekend for 4 years.
Right.
And then she decided to come here. And I didn't... There was no pushing or anything.
Yeah.
So maybe if they choose to come and stay with you, it's a lot harder to think that maybe you're a bad father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because her mom's a great...
But see, that's
I
the
love
thing.
her mom.
That's
I think
not
her
an option.
mom's a good person, too.
It's an option now. It will be in 2 weeks when I move. Oh, my God. I'm in the middle of moving, Joe.
But I
I
mean-
said I never wanted to move again. I'm moving.
But your kids, by definition, they turned out... I mean, so far, so good. You got a straight A student and a fucking...
And another straight A student. I got
well,
two straight
basically
A
a
students.
winner
Yeah, no, he'll be fine.
that
He's 17.
loves what he
and
does. And
Yeah, no, he's 17 and he's an interesting cat. I'll tell you that, man. We hung out last night. That's why I didn't get the show up that I'm going to have up 10 minutes after this other one's up done recording.
yeah, I got that.
We hung out last night, and he is just he's so... Is underspoken a term?
Sure
He's
it
just
is.
unassuming and underspoken, but he's wise. He's wise. He's wise, and he has this serenity about him. Nothing fucking bothers him.
He does have a peacefulness
He's
to
got
him.
a peacefulness to him, like he's a Buddhist or something.
And he doesn't seem
he's a
to have-
total agnostic. You know.
Now, I've seen a lot of people that come across as peaceful, but you know they're harboring some
Yeah.
fucking vicious rage.
No, I know, and
He
like,
doesn't come across like that.
yeah, and he was mad at me for a while, and he's not anymore. And maybe that's, but he's got this weird aura of peace around him right now, which is weird for a 17-year-old.
Yeah,
you know.
he does.
Yeah, he's a strange cat. I love him though. He's good. Anyway, we hung out. He helped me last night. He's good at manual labor. You tell him to do something and he does it.
Is he off to Europe? Is he gone?
He'll be leaving Saturday morning. Anya and I are gonna ride together with him and go to the Lakeville T station over there on the Lakeville Middleborough
And
line.
they're all hopping the train.
They'll hop on the train to the airport, and so
Off they go.
So I think we're dropping them at 10:30, and their flight's at like 4:30. It's the overnight. It might not actually be till 7. Who knows?
My
It's the
daughter's-
overnight flight to fucking Rome.
My daughter's leaving the 25th. I couldn't get out of her today where she was going because she didn't respond. I got a response today that she's leaving.
again?
No, she's going to Europe on the 25th.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
So it's
With a
not-
friend,
Yes. She's
like
going-
a girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting. And
I think she told me.
you
where
got
she's
aware
going.
of any of the itinerary? No. Would your wife know?
Maybe.
Would Patty know?
Maybe.
Who knows?
I think she told me, and I didn't listen. And because when it came up that she said, "Oh, I'm going to Europe for 2 weeks, in a week and a half or something," I'm like, I recognized it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I mean, I love that idea that she's, hey, get out, and go and do some shit. Go do some shit.
Yeah. I mean, good.
But you know what the problem is? I'll tell you, here's the problem.
Yeah.
My daughter, much like myself, is so disinterested in... It's not that she's disinterested in money. She's very disinterested in the ways in which you have to work to get money.
Right.
Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're just interested in working to get money.
Well, no. She would like to do like... She told me she would like to have like a clothing store.
Yeah.
Sounds like a perfect way to go broke.
Oh, And it sounds awful. Never mind a perfect way to go broke.
Well, not for her. And maybe design
Is she
some
that
shit.
into people?
Huh?
Maybe is she that into people?
Well,
like
no.
random people
Look,
walking
this was an
into a
idea
store?
She had. This
Sounds
was like
tedious.
I don't know if this
The
isn't
designing thing I get.
this isn't something she's brought up 11 times. This is something she's brought up
Sounds
like
awful.
twice in 10 years or something.
Yeah. It's like having a record store. How
She's
awful
trying
does
to
that sound?
explain that she doesn't give a fuck about startup companies. Doesn't care about technology. Do you follow what I'm saying? Doesn't give a fuck. But that's where, if you want to make some dough,
Well, she's good at the human resources thing, so
she's good at it, but she doesn't.
that's the-
she doesn't really give a fuck about doing it.
startups, by definition, are good. Hey, I'm part of a startup technically, and you know what I mean. Startups are cool because they just throw the money around.
Maybe if you're the founder.
Well, I'm saying she got a great job. She has to work for Is she going to make more money with a startup, or is she going to make more money with Coca-Cola, or fucking even like where my brother works? You know what I mean? Doing the human resources thing. She's going to be fucking filed away in some human resources department with 120 people in it, or is she going to be, the
She and
fucking
I
bigwig in
owned
the
half of her shares from a company that she was at.
Do you follow what I'm saying with the startup company?
And she and I will probably make the most money we'll ever make from when that company gets purchased or goes public.
I mean, how long has it been? It's been 5-6 years already, right? 7?
No, 2, 3.
All right. Yeah, they
the
get
company's on fire.
They are on fire. Good.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good. Oh, then they will get bought out. All right, that's good.
No, they've been buying other companies they're no
Yeah, they'll
longer
get bought out.
It's a 5-year-old company. I don't know whether they're technically a startup. There's still venture capitalists that need to be. They've had 5 or 6 rounds of.
They got
venture
$1 billion
capitalists.
flowing through there.
They have a $2 billion valuation.
Awesome. Which
So-
means it's a third of $1 billion they got flowing through there. Then
I have no idea how it works. But she doesn't care.
yeah.
I'm sure she'll be happy when it hits, if it strikes and she makes $500,000. She'll be very happy.
But that's
So
not even
am
the company she's working for anymore.
No,
Yeah,
she
right,
worked
right.
there. That's 2 companies ago.
Right.
Now she's with Wayfair. I can say that, I think, because there's 4,000.
Wayfair or Wayfarer?
Wayfair.
I don't know what that is.
Wayfair is the company where you go online and you can have furniture delivered to your house.
Oh, yeah, we did. We talked about this recently.
Yes.
Probably the other day. The other day was a nightmare, by the way.
What do you mean? Tuesday show?
No, the show was great. What I remember of it,
Boy, you shit-faced?
yeah, I fucking woke up in your bathroom at like 11:15 or something. What time the show was long, right? I haven't edited it. The show was long, right? And we started
Yeah,
late.
we were like 2 hours. No, we started early.
Oh, the other day we started early?
Yeah,
So
we
were you upstairs
before
by 9?
6:30. Yes.
Oh my God! I wook up at like 11:15 in your bathroom. I don't know when
on
I
the
got.
shitter, or were you on the floor?
No.
Was there piss on you? I think I pissed on you.
I was covered in piss.
Yeah, I pissed.
Were you shit faced too?
No.
Did you literally come down and urinate on me? I was covered in piss, dude.
No. No, I literally didn't urinate on you.
Oh, sorry. Well,
And how could you be covered in piss?
I was covered in urine. I know it was my own because it was only on my pants. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was weird.
I didn't know you were drunk Tuesday. This is Tuesday, right? 2 days ago?
Violently shit faced.
I had no...
I walked in drunk. I promptly drank like 3 cherry vodka nips.
You fucking...
And then I haven't bought whiskey in 2 months. I drank a pint of whiskey quickly.
We talked for 2 hours
and then
and 20 minutes.
That's why. That's why we talked for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was shit faced. I probably smoked a
but
ton
you
of
were
weed.
good. Yeah, but you weren't like slurring or all fucked up.
I don't.
Couldn't
that's what
keep a
I'm
train
saying.
of
I have
thought.
no idea. I haven't listened to the show yet. I got to listen to it.
It's probably well. If you'd ever put it up,
I did
probably
Shut
pretty
up.
goddamn good.
Shut up. And I listened to all the other ones that I haven't listened to, and they're pretty good. We're doing all right. we at least know how to keep it lively. You know what I mean? There's
Well,
not a lot of,
it's not a lot
of dead air. It's not a lot of dead air.
Do you have instructions on polishing fucking
my knob with fucking...
How do you polish Formica, Al?
Yeah, no, I don't.
I don't know. Let me think about that.
Well, I mean, hey, Adam Carolla probably does a little Formica fucking polish and talk. You know what I mean? At some point.
Yeah, but he keeps it interesting.
Hey, I have a proposal for you.
Stick a 2x4 in your ass and then
I have a proposal
nail
for
one
you.
into a wall.
You fucking maniac.
What's that now?
I want to fucking stop this show without a break and end it early.
All right.
And I'm going to finish editing the other night, and I'm going to get this one up. I'll be caught
How
up.
long have we been on the air?
By the time I'm done, an hour and 20 minutes.
That's a show.
You know what? We rarely do an hour and 20-minute show, but I don't want to take a break. And
listen,
I don't have another hour in me.
I've done my share of. I'm done for tonight. So
yeah, no, I'm not even tired.
We can do whatever you want.
I just want to. If we get off now, I can be home by 9.
We're gonna wrap this up, and we're gonna say Donald Trump is being unfairly
fucked with
by.
I don't even know if
mainstream
unfairly
media.
is the fucking right word. It's more like
it is a witch hunt. There's no question this is a fucking witch hunt.
Yeah, I mean,
if they had like a smoking gun, like some evidence that came up, and they're just tracking that down, that'd be a different story. But like they've got fucking nothing, and they keep going after this like there's a fucking huge pile of evidence somewhere.
Yeah, and like there's a huge payoff. What's the payoff?
Well, collusion isn't even illegal.
No, but what I'm saying is what is the payoff for what they're trying to get done?
If they had Trump,
you're going to get hit, and you're going to get rid of Trump, and now Mike Pence is going to be president, and I'm sure he'll be a fine president.
Would it be illegal if Trump was on the phone with Putin going, "Hey, do whatever you can to make Hillary look like a piece of shit"?
Yeah, or
would that be illegal?
I guess technically,
I don't know.
If you go by the letter of the law, it's illegal to say, "Hey, when I get in, we're going to fucking do some good work together." Well, apparently, you can't say that.
No. You can't say, "Hey,
I think that's all that they got.
Vote for me, and I'll get rid of all the sanctions." Now that would be illegal.
Yeah.
But if he's on the phone saying, "Hey, get me in," you don't want cunt face.
And incidentally, even though he would admit it, and I say it, and I've been saying it, it behooves us to have a good relationship with them. However, the sanctions against fucking Russia are numerous, and they come at a furious pace with this guy. Well, Donald Trump is no lover of Russia. He might admire Putin, but as far as Russia's a competitor. They're a competitor.
Trump likes strong leaders.
Yeah, he likes strong leaders, but he doesn't. He's not looking to help a competitor.
But that being said, he's not looking to put the interests of the United States behind the interests of the fucking Soviet Union.
I mean, that's just fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Anyone who thinks that is just right out of their fucking mind. It's the direct opposite.
So
he likes the guy, all right? He likes the guy, but he's not. He probably.
And by the way,
he probably also liked other guys who were building buildings in New York because they had similar experiences. But he's not looking to suck the dick.
Putin is 5'7".
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Donald's a good 6'2", right? Something?
I'm sure Trump has made fun of his height. There's no question.
I mean, hopefully he hasn't made fun of his hair.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying is...
Are you saying Donald doesn't have...
No, Donald's hair is beautiful, especially since
perfect hair.
First of all, it's self-coiffed. Nobody touches his hair. He is self-coiffed. You know Vladimir Putin's got fucking 4 bitches working on him from the time he wakes up to the time he fucking gets in the limo to go to work.
Trump's hair is...
And if there's a photo opportunity later in the day, someone's touching up Putin's fucking
Trump's
bald
hair
spot.
is 13 feet long.
Right.
By the time he spirals it around his fucking head.
That in itself
that in itself
is
that's discipline there.
It's not just discipline. It shows you. It might be straight up ADD too. It's discipline.
That's serious discipline.
It's
keeping that fucking hand in you.
It's doggedness. You should. You know what? Donald Trump is the greatest president in the history.
I'm telling you,
of the United States.
And in 100 years, what you just said, they're gonna come down and go, "This guy was fucking unbelievable. He was a little crazy."
And he would tell you, first of all,
he was a little quirky.
He'd be like, slavery. Listen, all those people could be out fucking earning a living and buying things and renting hotel rooms. So yeah, we're getting rid of slavery. That's not working out. It's working out for the people who own them. If all of them had a job and started consuming shit, we'd all be better off. There's no way he would. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Slavery is not a.
It's not a good economic policy. It really
well,
isn't.
if you depend on people for your
for
business.
local economics or personal economics, maybe if you're a fucking plantation owner and you're picking cotton.
Yeah, you're really pissed off.
But it's not working out
you
for
have
the big picture. It's not working out for the big picture. You know what I mean? And I what I'm saying is he's not Abraham Lincoln light.
You know,
Abraham Lincoln is Donald Trump light. Okay.
There's still people out down south. Well, there's probably people up here. They believe. I just saw this. There's an old plantation owner. He's like, 8th generation. And he said, well, there's been 60,000 years of separation between blacks and whites.
Oh, no.
You don't think that they should you don't think the black and the white person should actually cohabitate and have children together, do you?
Oh my God.
So there's some true believers out there. You know what I mean?
Conveniently forgetting that the first men were fucking as black as your computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As black as your computer screen, man.
And a lot of the most successful in the beginning. Have you ever seen the movie True Lies, True Believer, True Something?
It sounds familiar.
With Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette.
Oh, yeah. That's called not True Heart.
One of the best movies ever made.
It's a great movie. He had a bad heart, right?
I don't know. Maybe his father did. But his father was played by...
Christopher Walken.
No. Christopher Walken was the mob guy.
Yeah.
His father was played by
I'm talking about a different
dead
one,
guy, Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, and he basically told him that Italians were niggers. That's basically what he told him.
That's exactly what he told him.
He's like, you're a nigger.
And then...
He shot him in the forehead.
But now, if you're a black person listening to this and you just heard Al say the N-word, this is what they said. But the thing is the Moors were from Morocco and they were black.
It's North Africa, son.
North Africa. And they were black and they came over and they beat the shit out of what is now Italy.
And fucked all the guys they killed wives.
All the wives. Yeah. And that's why...
Made a bunch of olive skin looking motherfuckers.
That's why everybody in Italy got a good tan.
Yeah. That's why I get a good tan. Because I'm actually... I'm an Italian and / Polish / Lithuanian, but I got all that nice North African melatonin in my skin somehow.
Really?
In the summer, I get very brown. I'm not brown right now.
I don't really pay attention, but your father is fucking white as a bat.
Well, he's red.
He's northern.
He's Northern European.
Northern Italian.
No, but he gets the skin of Lithuanian. He's half Lithuanian.
Yeah,
that's
true.
where he got his skin. You know.
But if you go to North Italy, we're talking blonde hair and fucking white skin.
Yeah, they're Swiss. Those people are all Swiss.
You go to Milan, they're not the people that get fucked by the Moors.
Listen, you look at pictures of my father's fucking ancestors on the other side, on the Italian side, and yeah,
they're Italian. And
that guy that Dennis Hopper played in that movie was right.
And believe me,
You go like this.
I wish I had some of that fucking melanin so I didn't burn immediately.
You can dip fucking crusty bread on their cheek, get a little oil on it, soften that fucking bread up. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
It's delicious.
Grease on them motherfuckers.
I mean, maybe that has something to do with olives too. I don't know. So listen, can we please stop talking?
All right, we're going. This is it.
All right, Joe, thank you. And this is where we haven't done this in a little while, and it's a short show, so I'll do 3-4 minutes on this, and we'll get the fuck out of here.
We are
kindaright@yahoo.com. Kindaright@yahoo.com. That is the email if you want to email me or Joe or us or whatever. I used to get email. I haven't got email in weeks. Can somebody please email me? Thank you.
Because everyone hates us.
And pretty soon, Joe will fucking finish kindaright.com.
I wouldn't say pretty soon.
That would be cool.
I would say the fall.
We're
looking for a fall
If you
opening.
want me to do it, I can have it done by
No,
Christmas,
no.
but it ain't going to be. It's for a while. It's not going to be a while. It'll be a
fall.
while before I can get to that because I got other projects going on right now. I'm trying to get a music recording project done too, but now Evan's going on vacation. I'm moving. It's crazy. I was supposed to have this recording project done in order to get us fucking gigs for the summer, and I ain't even going to have the recording done till summer.
Don't worry.
I got all these projects going on, which is good, right? I mean, maybe, see, that's the thing.
Being busy is a good thing.
It's
Al.
being busy, but it's not like productive money-wise, but that's fine. I do the music thing
Look,
because I need to spend time with my kid.
My whole life
I need
is
to spend
about
time with
being very productive on things that don't make any money.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying. I'm productive if there's no
And I
income
feel
involved.
guilty about that.
I do
Like,
too. I was telling you earlier what I feel
I
bad
wish
about
I
myself.
could-
Maybe that's one of them.
Yes. I wish
I have no idea how to fucking amass wealth.
can't force myself to work on making more money
But I'll tell you what.
by building like more houses.
You know what's bad,
because
though?
I fucking can't stand it.
What's bad is this move I'm making is sucking my soul out because it was strictly a financial decision. I made a bad call. I should not be moving. I did it for finances, and it's awful. And the place
we made
I'm
a
moving
little
to is
deal on
awful.
last show.
No,
That'll help, right?
I'm not even talking short. It was a long-term financial thing that is gonna work out, but it's a bad decision. I should have just stayed put or found a better place. I made that deal for the wrong
Why, is
reason.
a place a shithole?
And the other thing I realized this morning,
well, then back out of it.
no.
Can't you back out of it?
no, because my current landlord has already taken measurements.
Mm-hmm.
He's redoing that apartment because I'm paying $1,050, which is nothing. I have the nicest, cheapest apartment in Plymouth. Downstairs, that kid's paying $1,800 and it's worth it. Upstairs, they're paying $1,750 and it's not worth it. My apartment's way better than theirs, and I pay $700 less a month. You know what I mean?
Well,
But he's gonna rip up floors and put down new hardware. You know what I mean? He's gonna redo it right. Put in a new kitchen.
make it purty.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a nice apartment, and he's gonna get $2,000 a month for it from somebody. You know what I mean?
I wish I could be more interested in making money. I just don't care.
Yeah, I don't either.
Now-
no, what you want to do is make it in big chunks.
By all means, if somebody wants to send me money, I'll take it.
So that's my other point. This fucking job, which I'm fucking back and forth, but I think it's a self-loathing thing. Like, how am I feeling about me that day, right? Am I feeling confident today? Is anything fucking my confidence has been very good lately. It was at a low last week. And you know me, I'm always thinking I'm never getting fired from this job. We are so on fire right now. Fucking
the guy loves you.
Not only we're getting work. We're actually getting work. Very soon, we're going to have 50 guys swinging brushes.
Right.
And right now, we only got like 2. But very soon, because it's starting to come in, and we fucking have finally nailed the form. We figured out, all right, I've gotten a couple jobs. I just put out a rebid for a $285,000 project. I'm $15,000. There was 5 bidders. I'm the second lowest, right? Mm-hmm. And the guy who is the lowest is $270, and I'm at $285. So that tells me we're zeroing in on figuring out what these things cost. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If I'm only 15,000 off on a $300,000, that's 5% or less. You know what I mean? I'm doing all right. We're
doing good.
We're gonna get there. You know what I mean? It's all a math thing, and it turns out I'm a math guy. Who knew? You know what I mean? With an English major, I do like crunching numbers, man. I'm a big fan.
All right.
Now that I've bored everyone to tears, including my best friend Joe, I'm going to say...
Don't worry, buddy.
Joe, I love you. Have a good weekend.
Love you too, honey.
And by the way, I'm taking you up on your deal, and I'm not going to use the whole budget, but Fran's going to be here a week from now looking for a little coin.
Don't worry about it.
I love you, buddy.
See ya.
And thank you. Bye.